All right, Disney Park fans, we got something pretty cool yesterday. So, the Imagineering team released a little animatic for the Monsters Inc. ride that's going to be coming out soon over in Hollywood Studios. Just right off the rip, this is probably the attraction outside of the Encanto one that gripped me the most. The other, like, whenever they announced all this stuff last year, and I'll tell you why. I think it's because it's easily the one that makes the most sense, right? Like this is the attraction that when you watch Monsters Inc. and you do the whole door sequence towards the end of the movie, like it just lends itself so easily to a ride, right? And specifically a roller coaster. I mean, that whole sequence essentially is a roller coaster. So I when I saw this come across my feed earlier, I was like, oh, that's so sick. We're finally getting like a little animatic for what it's gonna look like, and we're gonna get to see a little glimpse. They're still not revealing much. Like I think that this is pretty much just the loading area, but let's take a look at it real fast. Oh wow. It is cool. It like kind of just takes you away right off the rip. Kind of like in the movie how it works too. It's like you're on the floor and then yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, dang. Okay. That's pretty sweet. I have to admit that's yeah, I mean it's not much, to go off of, but it really is cool. It's like I love Monsters Inc. I don't know about you guys. That's one of my favorite Pixar movies of all time. Just so much heart. Billy Crystal, John Goodman. I mean, you can't come on, dude. Steve Buscemi, Randall. You can't beat all of that. That's just good stuff. So I'm very excited. I guess switching gears just a little bit, adding Monsters Inc. as a land, for Hollywood Studios. I can't quite decide how I feel about that. Like, I'm excited that we're getting a Monsters Inc. land, a Monstropolis, or I think, yeah, Monstropolis, right? Something like that. Like that's cool. I think like a Harryhauses would be sweet over there. I actually think they're doing that. If I'm not mistaken, that might be like a little brainworm that's still living from when they announced it. If that is actually happening, but I guess it's mostly just the theming, like is Monsters Inc. a prevalent part of Hollywood studios? I guess that they're kind of like the idea is to have more of like a Pixar place over there, but it's confusing, right? Because we're getting the Cars stuff over in Magic Kingdom, which just again it doesn't make much sense. I think my perspective on all this stuff is like what I love for it to be consistent, what I love for every park to really hone in on what their identity is, be it, like World Showcase stuff at Epcot or the movies at Hollywood Studios or, like just like princesses and like classic Disney stuff at Magic Kingdom. And then obviously, like animal related stuff at Animal Kingdom. Like, we're kind of getting away from that, and I've said this in a few videos at this point, but the IP driven era is in full swing, where it used to be like the parks kind of had their own identity and the movies were sort of their own separate thing, and the overlap was there, but not nearly to the extent that it is now. So now I think it's like with Hollywood Studios, you have and I guess you've got Toy Story Land over there, so that's Pixar, of course. So between Toy Story Land, Monsters Inc., Monstropolis. Uh, you've got like Galaxy's Edge, of course. So there's all of that happening kind of in that park, which are all movies, like all movie centered stuff. So I guess it's cool, But I guess at the end of the day, this is just man, I think this is going to be Disney's best coaster in quite a while. Tron is like kind of fine to me. It's like it's all right. It's if the wait is over like 25 minutes, I don't think it's worth it. 30 minutes like tops maybe, which of course being Magic Kingdom, it's probably always going to be over that. But like I guess that's like it's never going to be a go-to for me. You know, if like the wait is just weirdly short, then sure, you know, I'll go check it out again. But I've ridden it 2 or 3 times at this point, and it's just kind of like, meh. But this gets me excited. Like this like with Rock and Roller Coaster over in Hollywood Studios, and then you've got Slinky Dog Dash, and then you've got the Rise of the Resistance ride over in Galaxy's Edge. You've got Tower of Terror, like Mickey and Minnie's. Like Hollywood Studios is like gonna be pretty stacked, I think, when it comes to just the overall, I don't know, like rides that they've got, which is sweet. And you've also got the Skyliner that you can take into that park, which is equally cool to me. So yeah, I don't know. I'm you know, I as much as I would love for the parks to kind of go back and retain some of their more, like, the parks are their own identity. I just, you know, I think we're too far away. I think we're too far removed. So anytime that they give us something like this that genuinely does look cool, you got to call a win a win, man. And I think that this ride is going to be pretty sweet. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, all that sort of stuff. Love you guys. Peace.